Winning Street. We will work to secure our borough's fair share of school funding. We don't get our fair share, ladies and gentlemen, and that has to stop. We will partner with community and faith-based organizations to develop after-school programs and art programs in every neighborhood so that our children are not denied the extracurricular activities that other communities have readily available. There is no reason, if our houses of worship have instruments and instructors, and if our young men and women are learning how to sing and play instruments at these houses of worship, there is no reason why our students can't go from neighboring schools to these houses of worship and get the instruction so that they can start playing music. We all know that those kids who are involved in music and can read music, we all know that they do better in school, that they do better in math, and that's what we have to start doing, working together for that kind of plan. Also, right now, the state legislature is considering the reauthorization of the law that gave us mayoral control of our public school system. And while I was up in Albany, I voted for that law. I voted for that plan. But I also have concerns now. Parents, educators, community leaders, and yes, our students have all come to me and argued that our current system does not value their input. Those most affected by our school system must have their voices heard. And to Borough President Molinaro and Borough President Scott Stringer and Borough President Marty Markowitz, and I know that Helen Foster couldn't be here today. I know that like you and all of us, that we believe that our appointments to the panel on education policy should have a stronger role in the decision-making process. The health of our business community and our classroom success of our children will be major priorities in my administration, but they will not be the only priorities. We will fight to preserve the much-needed services of our borough senior citizen centers. We will do more, and I will do everything in our power to make sure that our neighborhood parks are in good shape and are clean. And yes, I did this for 13 years. We will provide the constituent services that our Bronxites deserve and that they merit and that they should have out of the borough president's office. We will do that for our constituents who come there. They're entitled to it. We will develop programs to foster the growth of our healthcare industry, which is our borough's largest employer. While at the same time, we will make sure that Bronxites have access to the best medical treatments. The healthcare industry plays a huge role in the everyday life of our borough, and we will encourage the growth of new medical fields, such as biopharmaceuticals, within our borders. The Bronx is already known as the borough of universities, like the one that we sit here today and the one that I graduated from. There's no reason that with new focus, we should not also become the borough of healthcare innovation. We must keep our cultural institutions strong. Already, my office has allocated funding to bring new transportation equipment to the Bronx Zoo. And we will provide a crucial grant to the Progonis Theater on Walton Avenue. Yeah. Such organizations are key in attracting tourism to our borough. We want people to come into the borough of the Bronx. And those organizations should be protected no matter what, never be abandoned, even during a bad economy. We will fight to preserve the vital city services that we all rely on and that we all deserve, such as our police department, our sanitation department, and fire department. Speaking of the fire department, right now City Hall has put forward a proposal to close Ladder Company 53, the only fire station in City Island. Now, those of us who go to City Island on the weekends, we know that traffic You can finish the rest of that sentence, right? But despite the congestion and the remoteness of the island, the city is still ignoring the pleas of the community and moving ahead with its plans. This will expose City Island to unnecessary danger and could mean the tragic loss of life. I understand that through tough economic times, we must find ways to cut from the budget, but to the mayor, I say find something else. This is a major undertaking, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot do it alone. I will look to my staff for guidance, and I will look to my family for support. I will look to every elected official in this borough. I will reach out to every elected official in this borough. We can exchange and we should exchange ideas, and I will listen to your concerns. We may not always agree on the solution, but I will welcome and value your input. One Bronx. This means that what affects Wakefield also affects Soundview. When a wrong is done to Riverdale, like could have happened last night, that wrong should also be felt and would be felt by Morrisania. When good service is provided to Co-op City, Castle Hill also benefits. This is what it means to have a One Bronx agenda. This agenda will extend beyond our borders as well. I will reach out to our citywide leaders on a whole host of issues, and our statewide leaders as well, that affect our lives, from business to labor to education and the environment. And this includes our mayor, Michael Bloomberg. Today, I extend my hand to the mayor, and I let him know that when we agree on policy, I will stand up and proudly support him. But when we disagree, I will be his fiercest critic. This is not a position I take lightly. I have been charged with a tremendous task. The faith that you all have put in me will not be ignored. I will look to you, the people of the Bronx, for help in finding solutions to our shared problems. I will build on the good work of my predecessors, from Adolfo Carrion and Fernando Ferrer to Bob Abrams, and yes, the legendary Herman Badillo. For decades, when one said the Bronx, it immediately conjured up images of urban plight. That has changed, and working together, we will continue to rebuild and rebrand our great borough. Those stereotypes of the past have been destroyed. Our borough is a place to do business, a place to learn, a place to raise your family the way Hilda and I are raising ours. The Bronx is home, ladies and gentlemen. For inspiration, we only need to look at our official Bronx seal and the Latin words that have inspired our Bronx's own motto. Ne quere males sed contra audiento ito. This means yield not to misfortunes, but advance all the more boldly against them. Just like in the 70s and 80s, we did not allow the misfortunes of this big cloud on our borough to cloud our future visions of the Bronx. We would not allow the bad economy to prevent our continued growth. We will not listen to naysayers, those who say it cannot be done. We will be positive-minded, and we will put forward solutions to our shared problems rather than harp on the negatives. Together, we will move forward to build a greater Bronx, a greater city, and a greater nation. Juntos lograremos un mejor condado, una mejor ciudad, y un mejor país. If you believe like I do, and you were raised here and you're raising your family here, you have to understand that this is our mission. Esta es nuestra misión. I would be honored if each and every single one of you would join me in this mission. Espero contar con todos ustedes. Today is a day for celebration, but tomorrow, my fellow Bronxites, we get to work. God bless you, God bless the Bronx, and God bless America. Thank you.